So I think we get a pretty good idea of what a family law attorney does. I'm not sure a whole lot of people out there have a real good grasp on what a divorce financial planner does. Why don't you kind of fill us in what that means?
Yeah, so a lot of what I do is helping people to understand the financial picture of their family at the time that they separate and begin their divorce process. If they don't understand it, I'll educate them. I'll help to kind of level the playing field. I'll help to make individuals and couples aware of the kind of creative financial strategies and options that are actually available to them for purposes of settling their case outside of court. I do go into court from time to time to testify as an expert and do some neutral expert work as well for the court, but the vast majority of my cases are settled outside the court system so that my clients can make economically intelligent decisions on their own with assistance of their lawyers and myself, so that they can really honestly build an agreement that works long term for them, and so they know that the ramifications of the financial decisions they're making today are not going to be negative 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and that they're going to be safe and secure, not just in the day after that settlement is done, but 10, 15, 20 years later.
So a couple owns a business. Theoretically, they're going to split it 50-50 or something like that. Someone has to determine what the value of the business is so it can be split. Is that kind of something you do?
Well, so I don't do business valuations, but I do help couples and individuals understand what a business looks like and whether we need to do a valuation. I often get lawyers who will call me and say, "Hey, Justin, can you take a look at this business, take a look at the tax returns, let us know if it's going to be worth enough to really justify the $10,000 to $20,000 it'll cost to have a forensic accountant value that business." Really where I'm most likely to get engaged in a small business situation is if I'm working with the party who may not be the active manager of that business. So say husband and wife own a business together. It's really kind of been wife's baby and she's the one that's been running it throughout the course of the marriage. It's likely that the husband may need to get bought out of the value of that business. So husband needs to understand whether it's a financially viable thing to be bought out, number one, and wife needs to know if she can afford it. And then husband needs to understand what is the risk-reward scenario of, if I sell my interest today, is it going to be okay for me 5 years from now if this business is worth 3 times the amount of money that I sold it for?
Right.
And it's really a question of, can you be okay with it? And I help people really kind of understand the risk-reward and the pros and cons of maintaining a co-ownership situation in a business or having one party buy or sell their interest to the other.
You know, where Justin's really worth his weight in gold, and people